city of night markets, and we're going to see how many we can get through in the short time that we have here. This is LeHua Night Market. LeHua Night Market is open, I believe, every day, starting from 5 o'clock in the evening. It's a little bit past 5 right now, and I don't think it's gonna be too busy because it's a bit rainy, as you can see. LeHua Night Market is a little bit smaller, I believe, compared to other night markets in Taipei, because it's not easily accessible by the train line. That's not gonna stop us. Let's eat. We're starting off a little out of the way this time. We were wandering around a little bit since the main night market was still not fully operating. So a huge queue for fried chicken. They deep fry everything from tempura to vegetables like corn and string beans. But chicken seems to be the most popular option. They fry it to order, which is why it might be so good. Let's give it a try. We asked for it a little spicy because I want spicy food. Even my mom and stuff. It's so tender. Wow, and crispy. It seems like it's the chicken breast, but it's not as dry as I'd expect for something that's been deep fried that hard. They put on white pepper and probably it's mixed with salt. It's really well seasoned. You can go for the option of chili powder. We asked for a little bit to really taste the flavor. Just a little bit is good. But boy, the person behind us, in front of us, they put so much chili. It's like it was a challenge, but this is good stuff. This is really good. Turns out there are bones. It's still good. Really good. So good. We got something a little out of the ordinary. Can't tell if it's local or not, but there was a papaya salad with a really long queue. So we decided to give it a go. I think I've seen papaya salads in other night markets, but it seems that the difference is that this one makes it one by one. So far my experience has been that to order food has been better than prepared. We have no idea how to eat this, so we're just gonna hop. It's quite spicy. Oh wow. It's really crunchy, very fresh, a little sour, very spicy. It tastes like Southeast Asia. There's sweet, sour, spicy. I'm already so full. The papaya salad is quite interesting. Just be warned that even a little bit spicy is quite spicy. And the size of it is absolutely gigantic. Unfortunately, this night market seems to be lacking, not because there's not much in there, but it might be because it's raining or it's a weekday. There are a lot of stores which you can find if you search on Google Maps. Unfortunately, they didn't seem to be open at the time. So if you do want to come, I would still recommend coming. It seems like there's a lot of good food. Try the weekend though. Otherwise, I think we'll try the next night market. We are at RaoHe Night Market. RaoHe Night Market opens every day of the week starting from 4 o'clock in the afternoon. It's one of the most popular night markets to come to in Taipei, so we're gonna check it out. Woo! The first thing we have to try is right at the entrance of the night market. It is a black pepper pork bun. We're pretty lucky. I think because we're here early, there's no one queuing up, and they were just pulling the buns out of the oven. Let's give it a go. I didn't expect it to be that crunchy. It's really juicy and tender. The outside is very crunchy. There's quite a lot of flavor in it. They don't hold back. It's a little bit spicy, but not too much. You can feel the fibers of the meat. It feels like they've just sliced it and mushed it into a bowl rather than minced it into a paste. There's like a really good abundance of chives and spring onions, I think. That's super good. Definitely a must-eat. Oh yeah. Looks like they're still setting up. Everything about the stall is wild. We got mochi from a bib gourmand. I don't think it's bib gourmand necessarily, but it is recommended by a Michelin writer on the Michelin website as one of the top 5 things to eat in the RaoHe night market. The stall owner told us to eat it as soon as we can, so let's give it a go. That's really sweet. It tastes like there's just sugar inside. You put white powder on the inside and peanuts on the outside. That's about the basic flavor you get out of it. Unfortunately, the skin is quite thick for me, but it has a really good texture.
I don't mind it so much. I think it's not too bad. I think not the best matcha we've ever had.
We got herbal braised pork rib.
Usually if you have sit-down meals, it's like noodles. So we thought we'd give it a go. Should we try the soup? It's very herbal. It tastes like pork. Like the gelatin after they've cooked it down. It's really good. There's Chinese medicinal herbs in there, so it is quite an acquired taste, but it's really, really good.
It's pretty tender. It doesn't fall off the bone. It's a little dry, but it's actually quite flavorful, as in it tastes like the soup, but also still really flavorful with pork, even though it's probably been stewing in the soup for a long time. I'm actually really surprised at this. I didn't think I'd like it, because I didn't think it would be as flavorful as it is. I'll also try this gigantic piece of meat. I don't know how they do it. It's really tender still. This one tastes exactly the same as the pork ribs, but obviously more meat. So I like this one more.
Let's try the sauce. I feel like it's gonna be really spicy. It's not. It's beany, a bit salty. It's like vaguely sweet. Let's try it with the sauce. The bean adds umami. Because the soup is a little bit herbal, the salty and umami flavor cuts it down a little bit.
This looks wild. What is it?
This is a taro bowl filled with a salted egg yolk and pork sauce. And then deep fried. Let's give it a go.
Okay. I thought it would be like a QQ bowl, but no, it's just like mashed potato. It's like a croquette. The pork floss is really salty. Taro is surprisingly sweet.
I think pork floss and salted egg is a good combination. I'm surprised.
It's not cheap, but it's a really interesting concept.
And it is quite hefty. Give it a go. There is cheese inside. There is something inside, but you can't really taste it.
The picture's a little misleading. It's not bad,
but it's not like an explosive 3 balls of cheese.
For our final snack, we're gonna have another black pepper bun. This one seems to be a rival, but has no line. Unlike the first one we tried, honestly, we're glad we had it first.
This one is also a bit cheaper. It's 50 Taiwanese dollars as compared to 55. So let's see how it compares. I don't think it's as super fresh because it's been sitting there for a couple of minutes, but the oven is so hot that it doesn't really matter.
It's more like bread.
The skin is crispier rather than crunchy.
Yeah, I feel like the burn on the outside is a lot more richer.
This one is a tad burnt in certain places rather than smoky or perfectly charred. The meat in this one seems to be minced as compared to slices which are packed together. I think you can definitely tell the difference in quality between the famous pepper bun and the rival one on the side.
If I didn't think too hard about it, there's really not one I'd prefer more over the other.
The other one is spicier, this one is a bit milder, and I think a bit easier to eat.
Honestly, if you have the stomach, try both of them and see which one you prefer. It's all entirely a matter of preference.
Otherwise, that was RaoHe Night Market. Let's see what tomorrow has to offer.
We are at TongHua Night Market. TongHua Night Market opens every day starting from 6 o'clock in the evening. It's one of the later opening ones, but it seems to be pretty good and it smells amazing.
I'm so hungry.
Let's go!
First thing is a cheese roll.
It's just your choice of filling with some cheese,
battered, crumbed, and deep fried.
Yeah, so let's give it a go. It tastes so unhealthy.
It's so crunchy on the outside.
The mozzarella is definitely a cheap
The best kind of fake, low quality, stretchy, flavorless cheese. I like that it comes with a salsa because it makes it less heavy and rich. That's so good. You definitely can't tell it's only beef. Really unsure about the legit certificate. That's okay.
The next thing we got is a Taiwanese classic, sweet
potato fries, but not just sweet potato fries. They batter it and then deep fry it.
And then cover it with a plum powder.
It should be really hot when you order it because although there's a big pile out the front, they'll actually refry it to order.
We got the purple sweet potato, but there's also an option of red sweet potato, yellow sweet potato, or white potato.
Let's try.
Ooh. The plum powder is nice and sweet, a little bit sour. It's super crispy on the outside, fluffy and hot, piping hot in the middle.
It feels like it might be really heavy because it's like a really thick slice of carbohydrate. But actually it's quite fluffy on the inside. Nice balance of sweet, a little bit sour, a little bit salty. Crunchy, fluffy, really good. We got a single lamb skewer for 20 Taiwanese dollars.
I think a lot of people tend to get like a whole tray of them. We wanted to try just one. Let's give it a go. It's really soft.
It's a bit salty,
but very flavorful with cumin. It's a little spicy too.
We did say for a bit of spice, but it's a lot more than I expected. But it's really good. It's got a nice texture.
And it's not really gamey like some lamb can be. It doesn't smell at all.
It's not greasy either. I really like that.
That was TongHua Night Market. Honestly, there's quite a good selection of food. I feel like it's smaller than other night markets such as RaoHe or NingXia. So if you still want a night market but not too many people, this one is a good one to come out to.
We are at ShiLin Night Market.
It's one of the biggest night markets in Taipei, so it's kind of a must-do.
The interesting thing about ShiLin Night Market is they have an underground basement food court as well. While it seems that most of it is full meals, this one caught our eye.
It's called Little Pancake and Big Pancake. It's carbs inside carbs.
With whatever topping you want. In our case, pork floss. So let's give it a try.
Very dry. The outside crepe is a little floury. The inside is nice and crunchy though, the little pancake inside. I actually don't mind it. It's one of those things where you get it because you know it's stupid, but it's good.
If you had soup or porridge to dip it in, I can imagine it going really well together. This bowl just does grilled king oyster mushrooms. It seems like they put a marinade on it while they're grilling it, and they weigh it out to exactly 240 grams per portion. You can get two different flavors on one portion, but we just got pepper because classic. Let's try. The marinade is a little bit sweet.
The texture is kind of like a mix between a jelly and collagen.
It's just a very large mushroom. It's flavorful, but I think for the price it's quite expensive. It seems like a really good quality mushroom though.
I like it. Very simple flavors, very well done.
One thing you kind of have to get in Taiwan is papaya milk. And I can't believe we waited up until now to get it.
Try it. It's like papaya and milk.
Blended.
It's good though. Very creamy. I like papaya, so this is good.
But it's not something that you can't make at home. We got the up and coming trend of bubble milk tea souffle pancakes.
By the time this video comes out, it's gonna be a dead trend, but you know.
Cheers!
Cheers!
Oh, that's so undercooked. I can see how it would taste good. It doesn't though. It's very undercooked.
I just think that this is a poorly done one. It's undercooked, but because it's a souffle in the middle, it's more like a whipped cream, but a slightly eggy, weird whipped cream. So it's not like it's a wet batter, which I guess makes it not as bad.
It's a bit sticky and tastes a bit doughy.
ShiLin Market is absolutely gigantic.
There's both the basement food court and the usual food market area upstairs.
If you're looking for a wide variety and you don't have many night markets to go to, ShiLin is a good one to come to because it offers so many things in such a small amount of space.
And I think we'll call it a night today.
Next night market on another night.
We're at NingXia Night Market.
NingXia Night Market opens every day from 5:30 in the evening. It's also one of the most popular night markets that you get in Taipei.
So let's go! We got
egg custard stuffed fried Taro Balls.
lot of stuff. It seems really heavy, but it's quite large. Okay, cheers. The custard isn't super liquidy, but I think it goes quite nicely with the sweet mashed taro. It really is lava. It's very dense and very creamy. I think it's quite worth it, honestly. This is from stall number 82. This might be a limeade or lemonade with some ayu jelly. It seems to be quite popular, so I'm gonna give it a go. We got the most popular one, which is on the sideboard on the front. It's sweet and sour. There's citrus flavors, so it really balances each other together. But that's so refreshing. That's so good. Usually citrus is quite bitter, but this one doesn't have it. The jelly breaks up so easily in your mouth. The jelly doesn't have that strong of a flavor. It's almost flavorless. It's just there for texture. But I think it softens how strongly flavored the juice is, which is really good. This is such a refreshing drink. Turns out the jelly is quite bitter, and there is a lot of it. 2/3 or even halfway down, you just end up getting jelly since there's so little juice at the top. So actually, it might be more worth it just to get the juice, or maybe just get a little bit of ayu jelly instead. We got a meat roll. It's stuffed with spring onions. And I think that's about it. They put some marinade on the outside after they grilled it. Let's try it. That's pretty good, but it's definitely a one-bite thing. You can't choose. The sauce is sweet and peppery, slightly spicy because of the pepper. The meat is nice and firm. It's easy to bite even though it's quite firm. The spring onions lends a nice, fresh, slightly spicy flavor to it too. That's a big bite. Could do with some salt. Oh really? The sauce is quite flavorful, but I guess the center is not seasoned. To add on to the pile of sweets we got, this is strawberries covered with syrup. We forewent the little plum-looking ones. The sugar syrup is really, really hot. And that's in order to keep it liquid while you dip the fruit into it. But because it's hot, the strawberries cook a little bit when you dip it into it. So actually the thing that's dripping isn't sugar, it's the juice from the strawberry. This is amazing. It's so good. The strawberries are a little bit sour, but since there's a coating of sugar, it just makes it seem like the strawberries themselves are sweet. There's a crisp outside. It's so juicy as well. Oh, it's so good. That is so good. I think we're at the end of strawberry season. It's the end of April. But this is an amazing way to enjoy them. I recommend. This is so good. For some reason we've been putting it off, but since tonight is the last night we're here, we had to get it. Finally, the peanut taro ice cream coriander pancake roll. So cold. It's really unusual and I don't know what to make of it. The ice cream is sweet and the peanut brittle is also really sweet. I don't think it's too strange at all. Coriander is a cool herb, but I don't think it's savory per se. So adding this is kind of like adding mint, but in a slightly different manner. I quite like that. It's really refreshing. I do not so much. Oh really? Yeah. I don't like biting into cold ice cream. So it's not so much the flavor for you. In terms of the flavor, it's okay. No hate, but I'm not a big ice cream person. It is really tasty though, but I don't like it. That was an incredibly terrible ratio of savory to sweet foods today. Of course, since it's a night market, there are plenty of options for both sweet and savory food. We've just had a lot of it. But I think that's a really, really, really strong finish to Taiwan for us. I really like NingXia Night Market. I feel like it's got a good mix of street food, both dishes and snacky things to eat. It seems like a lot of these stalls are actually meals, so you can get small plates of noodles or seafood, but you can get a lot of snack food. Anyway, all the information as to everything we ate in this video, including the opening times and locations of all the night markets, everything will be in our article, which will be in the description below. As to where we are now, follow us on Instagram at TwinspeakEatGo. We'll see you next